I'm Mitch Davis, Fox News Radio, and we're spending a few moments with Didi Benami.
Hello.
Am I pronouncing it correctly?
Yeah, I mean, it's Didi Benami, Didi Benami. I mean, I say Benami, but apparently it's Benami. I don't even know how to say my own name. Everyone says it wrong.
I heard you refer to your mother as Mommy Benami.
Mommy Benami, that's right. That's right.
Let me ask you, first of all, you've been doing music, you said, since you were, what, 5 years old?
I've been singing since I was about 5 years old, yeah.
If you
or
had
fifth
been
grade,
able,
or really
fifth
young,
grade. Okay.
something like that, yeah.
If you had been able to choose the kind of songs you could have chosen to perform for Idol, what kind of music would you have chosen? Didi's choice.
I would have done all Beatles songs. No, I would have done like singer-songwriter, like Skylar Fisk, kind of Kyler England, kind of Jason Reeves-esque type of songs.
Something a little bit off the beaten track.
Colby Calais, yeah, sort of stuff, yeah.
Well, you have, and I know I'm not the first to say this, you have this unique sound, like Norah Jones, for instance. Is this just something that came to you? Is this a vocal style you worked up? How conscious of you, or what are you of what you sound like?
I don't know, I just sing. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I sing, and what comes out is what God gave to me, so I use it, you know, and I think like everybody has a purpose in life, and I think that this is my purpose, and I was given that voice because this is what I'm supposed to be doing, you know, and I'm glad that it stands out. I don't really notice that it's so distinctive. I think it's cool that everybody thinks that, though. I think that's awesome.
You were doing before Idol, what were you doing? Were you working in music?
I was working on music. I was writing, and I was co-writing, and I was working with a few producers. So I have other songs that I've already been working on and will continue to work on and hopefully get an album out by the end of the year if I can.
Well, when you were voted off, and one of the last things you said is basically, this is not the last you're going to hear from me. You have a vision.
Yes.
Tell me.
I have a huge vision. The rest of it is definitely to get Rebecca's music out. I'd like to incorporate some of her songs on my album and just to get a few albums out there. I mean, I definitely need to start with one, but I have this singer-songwriter kind of folk thing, little soul, little bluegrass in there, and I really just want to put a record together of my heart and soul and maybe call it Vered, you know. And
not to bring things down, but talk about Rebecca.
Rebecca was a singer-songwriter that I met in Nashville, and I really wasn't too keen on being, you know, in college. I wanted to branch out. I wanted to move out to LA. I wanted to pursue, you know, entertainment and music and do what I really was passionate about. But I didn't have, there was something missing. I couldn't do it yet. I was too scared. And Rebecca was like, why aren't you singing? You can sing. You have a great, great voice. And she wrote songs, and it ended up working out that she was like, okay, well, let's work together. I'll help you with writing. You sing. I'd love for you to sing some of my songs. And I was like, really? Cool. And it ended up, after I moved in with her, shortly after she passed away. And I decided after that I wanted to continue her music and make sure her music got out there because she didn't get the chance to do it. And I think she's always with me and always cheering me on and keeping me going, even when times get really tough. So she's definitely my inspiration to continue with music.
Everybody I've talked to who's been voted off Idol, and the idols I've talked to as well, they'll learn something from that magic moment. And for you, what was your education last week?
Honestly, I think it was to just, you know, be myself and do what I love and make sure that I'm 100% sold on my idea and what I'm doing, and to vocalize that, because I feel, I hate saying the word, I'm kind of a little bit of a pushover sometimes when it comes to like people telling me, you know, what they think I should do, and I wasn't being like, no, this is what I want to do, this is what I need to do, this is what I feel is right, you know, and so I think that's what I learned, really, just to stand up for what I believe in and do what I think I should do.
Project yourself forward 10 years, okay? It's now 2020.
Okay.
Instead of 2010. You have a daughter.
And I have a daughter.
What are you going to tell her about what you did?
What am I going to tell her? About American Idol, or just in general?
What are you going to tell her growing up? What do you want to teach her? What do you want to tell her about
I'm going to tell
Mommy?
her to always be true to herself and listen to her heart and live with good intention, and everything's going to work out okay.
If you don't mind my asking, the reasons you chose that last song, I know there was a moment on stage when Ryan was apparently trying to push you to talk about some things you didn't want to talk about right then and there. But do you want to talk at all about why you chose that song?
Yeah, sure. I mean, first of all, it's a great song. I really love that song. And I was listening through all the songs on the list. That one brought me to tears every time because I was hoping to be an inspiration to people, because I was really brokenhearted about what happened with Rebecca. And I've had so many instances where I've been brokenhearted in LA in general. It was just a compilation of, the loss of Rebecca and all my relationships and everything that could have made me brokenhearted in any way. And then looking at where I was at that point when I picked the song, I was like, wow, well, here I am on American Idol. I'm in the top 10. I'm going on tour, and I could do something really inspiring, and move people, but I wanted to do it through the song, not actually saying that, in a conversation. And I didn't want to bring up Rebecca again because I wasn't trying to get like a quote sympathy vote or anything like that. I wanted to do it because people were moved by it, and I wanted, to convey that through the music. That's like what I felt what a real artist would do, as opposed to talk about it after, but convey it through the song. So, I wanted to be an inspiration through it. And, I just didn't feel like going back into the whole story again because it was already aired. And I have a lot of respect for Rebecca, and I didn't want to in any way have that used as some sort of tool or anything for me to get into competition, because our friendship is way beyond that. It's something that means too much to me to be, constantly talking about it as... Like, I don't want to use something like that. It's not a story for me. It's my life. It's my inspiration and, my love. And I don't want to toy with that, So I don't want to talk about it.
Thank you very, very much. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
We've just spent a few moments with Didi Benami. I'm Mitch Davis, and this is Fox News Radio.